I wanted to address this question. I've been asked twice this week. I get asked a lot when I do podcasts. It's something that commonly comes up in my direct messages, and I would assume it's because I'm at the level of coaching where I work with higher end guys and high level athletes. And what I want to address in this video is insulin in terms of a carb load. Is it needed? Is it not needed? Is it necessary? And the answer in my heart of hearts, and I'm just being as real and transparent with you guys as I can, it is not needed and it's not necessary. I think it's often assumed. I get asked, what did you use insulin? Did you use insulin? And the answer is no. I haven't used any insulin in a carb load since 2016. And really, when I started to analyze it and assess it, I just felt like there was a lot more risk than there was reward when it came to utilizing insulin. Not only that, but if you guys have done what you should have done in terms of managing your drugs properly, reducing growth hormone properly going into a show, your insulin sensitivity should be so high, you really don't need something to facilitate more uptake than what your body and what your pancreas is already producing. Not only that, when you introduce insulin into the equation, you're introducing aldosterone into the equation, increasing aldosterone, which that can create a watery environment. So just straight and direct to the point, guys, it doesn't matter what level you're on. You do not need to use insulin for a contest prep. I really think it's a variable that shouldn't be considered, simply because it's just not necessary. And I know I've worked with, I know a lot of the guys at the top level, and they are not carb loading. It's just they're not carb loading on insulin. It's just like this unicorn theory that's thrown around on the forums on the internet that everybody's using insulin at the top, and it's not the truth. I'm not saying it's never used. I'm not saying some people don't utilize it. Some coaches are big on it, but ultimately at the end of the day, if you look at the top athletes and the conditioning that they're representing on stage, and when they're really, really sharp, 9 times out of 10, I can tell you that insulin is not a part of that look in most scenarios, all right? So, you younger guys out there that think that insulin is a secret, or my coach is holding back on me because I'm not using insulin, or I need to work with a coach that uses insulin, that's not the case, all right? You can present a very, very polished, sharp look without using insulin, and that really comes through what you've done during your 12, 14, 16-week prep, and not what you've done with insulin the last 3 days. That is not going to make or break you winning. What you do the previous entire contest prep is what's going to lead to that win.